Welcome back, class 9, to the online bio classes. We have already completed chapter 2, that is the tissues. So for your unit test, you can prepare both chapter 1 and 2. Read from inside the book all the details. Questions can be asked from anywhere, even inside the book, not only exercises. So do not concentrate only on the exercises. Now, before starting the third chapter, the flower, I will discuss some questions of chapter 2 which is given in your book. Like question number A, multiple choice questions is there. You know very well, you have to choose one of the correct answer. Like cardiac muscles is found in, what is the place where it is found? Heart you can write. Now question number B, short answer, define. Number 1, tendon. Tendon is a type of connective tissue which connect muscles with bones. Just like ligament is a type of connective tissue which connect one bone with the other at the joints. Then name the following, one word answers are there. Like name the kind of tissue which forms the lining of blood vessels. So which kind of tissue is there? Epithelial tissue forms the lining. Then number 10, the member of xylem absent in gymnosperms. So which member of xylem is absent in gymnosperms? If it is vessels, write vessels. Okay. Then short answer questions are there. What is the main function of WBC, white blood cells? The main function of WBC is to fight against the disease causing germs. Since most of you have already purchased the book, you can try writing the answers yourself. Like question number 1 already I said, short question. Then match the following. Adipose tissue, it matches with fat storage. Then comes differentiate between blood and lymph. Whenever you write differentiate between, write in the form of a table. Tabular differences you write, like blood to the left side and lymph to the right side. Blood and lymph in this way, okay? At least 2-3 points you can write. Blood is red in color, lymph is colorless. Then blood contains the blood corpuscles, lymph does not contain the lymph corpuscles, okay? Like this, at least 2-3 points you can write. Bone and cartilage is also there. Now, what are the characteristics of epithelial tissue? What are the characteristics? Then what type of cells are present? Whether there is intercellular space present between them or not, that you have to write. What are the cellular components of blood? Name of those cellular components: red blood cell, white blood cell, and the blood platelets you have to write, okay? Which tissue has fat globules? Adipose tissue has got the fat globules. Draw a well-leveled diagram of nerve cell. So practice drawing the diagram of nerve cell. Why are xylem and phloem called complex tissue? Because they are made up of more than one type of cells. Then you have to write the location and function of collenchyma, sclerenchyma, learn the parenchyma also. Name the 2 anticoagulants of blood of man. Like heparin is an anticoagulant, like that which is the other anticoagulant you have to find out. Then why the muscle cells are called muscle fibers? Because they are elongated. Then long answer questions are there, in which describe the different types of connective tissues and give examples in there. So you have to write all that classification chart and explain each of them. Then there are some diagram based questions which you can practice. Like number 1 is the diagram of phloem and some questions based on it. I will click that picture and send it, okay, so that you can practice. 2 questions of diagram based are there. Those who have already purchased the book, it's already there on page number 52. You can practice. Now we'll start with a new chapter, that is the flower. And one more important thing that I have to say is regarding the assignment. You know that in class 9 you have to write the assignment of all subjects. So within 2 weeks, that is by the end of this month, you can submit your assignment. Now, if you don't have the idea what to write in the assignment, according to your syllabus, you have to write the 5 experiments, any 5. in your practical file. Okay, like first one is in the plant life, you have to write the examination of onion peel. If you have purchased the book, you may have got the lab manual. So there it is, the examination of onion peel under microscope. Number 2, a cross-pollinated flower to be examined and identify the parts and label it also. Like China rose or hibiscus, you have to study a flower. That will be your second experiment. First one will be the study of plant cell, and third one is specimens of germinating seeds with plumule and radicle for examination, identification, drawing and labeling the parts. So only 3 are there in plant life. In animal life there are 6, like examination of human chick cell. So when you write the first experiment, a study of cells, it can be plant cell, animal cell, both A and B you can give. Then in second one you can write study of flower. Then third one, identification of sugar starch, that is called food taste. Okay, so I will give you. Then fourth one, experiments to show the mechanism of breathing. And the last one, the identification of some specimens like Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, at least Chordata, like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, apes, mammalia. So altogether you have to write any 5 only. Okay, not more than 5 experiments. I will just chalk out, or I will write on a piece of paper. But first I want to know whether the book is there or not, whether you can write yourself or not. And since the unit test is also there, so you have to spare some time and try to complete it during the spare time, because it's important to complete all the assignments. Okay, so let's start the third chapter, that is flower. Under the flowering plants, unit 2, 2 chapters are there, flower, and the second one is pollination and fertilization. So let's start with flower. How can we define a flower? You know that flower is a part of the plant, but what is the definition? You cannot say flower is red in color, green or yellow in color. No, that is not the definition. Layman's definition is not required. So what we need to define, flower is a modified shoot in which the nodes and internodes are highly condensed. So I will just write down the definition. Flower is a modified shoot in which nodes and internodes are highly condensed. Now what is node and internode? You know, node is a part of the stem from where the leaf arises. Okay, and internode is the leafless portion of stem, is called internode. Flower is also called the reproductive part of the plant, or it is the reproductive organ of the plant. It is the reproductive organ, because flower only contains both the male and the female part. So it is the reproductive organ of the plant, and the study of flower is known as anthology. What is it called? Anthology. The study of flower is called anthology. L-O-G-Y. Okay? Anthology. So what is anthology? First you can say it is the study of flower. Okay, now flower is a modified shoot in which, modified means changed, like a plant has the root system, shoot system, so it is a part of the shoot only, that is the shoot system, in which the nodes and internodes are highly condensed, and it is the reproductive organ of the plant. Okay, because it contains both the male and the female organs, that is the stamens and the carpels. Okay, now next we will study parts of a flower. Flower parts. There are 2 main parts of the flower. What are they? In your book also it is listed. Non-essential, number A I will write. non-essential, or it is also called accessory. Spelling you can check, ACCESSORY, accessory wall. And the second one, that is number B, is essential wall. Essential wall. Wall means the layers of flower. Okay. So why it is called non-essential? Why this one is called essential? If question is asked, you will say that part of the flower which is directly involved. That is the definition I am saying. If asked, what is the meaning of essential walls of the flower? Essential means that part of the flower which is directly involved in the production of male and female gametes. So there are two essential walls of the flower. The one which produces male and female gamete, male and female parts of the flower. They are known as, the male part is called androecium. Male part is called androecium and the female part is called gynoecium. Okay. Similarly, that part of the flower which do not help in production of gametes, but they assist in the process. Assist means help in the process of reproduction. They are calyx and corolla. Calyx and corolla. Now calyx, you know, is made up of the smaller leaf-like structures. The units are called sepals. Similarly, corolla is made up of colorful leaves which are known as petals. Okay. So what is sepal? Sepal is the unit, the smallest part of calyx. Like many calyx, many sepals joined together, or many sepals together, they are known as, collectively they are known as calyx. Similarly, all the colorful leaves together, they are known as corolla. Okay, got it? Now next we have to study about the different parts of the flower. So I will just rub it and draw the diagram to explain all the parts. Okay, next you can see I have written parts of a flower. So we will study about each of these. Now I will just draw the diagram also. So side by side, along with the diagram, we can come to know about the different parts. Now this is the stalk of the flower, STALK. So stalk of the flower, number 1 I am writing pedicel. What is pedicel? It is the stalk of the flower. Okay, next we are going to start with the parts of a flower. This one, stalk of the flower, is called pedicel. Okay, so this one is called pedicel. So what is the function of this pedicel? It helps to attach the flower with the stem. Like flower will be burned on some part of the stem only. So with the help of this pedicel only, with this stalk, it is attached. Now the tip of the pedicel is somewhat broad or flat or swollen, you can say, like this. It's flat, big, swollen. This is known as thalamus or receptacle. Okay, what is it called? Thalamus, or the other name is receptacle. Alright. Now on this receptacle or thalamus, all the floral parts are burned. The outermost layer of the flower consists of green leaf-like structure which is known as sepals. So I have drawn the sepals here, SEPALS, and all the sepals, it can be 4 to 5, okay, depending on the different flower. Together they are known as calyx. This is the collective name of all the sepals. Then we have the colorful leaf-like structures which is known as corolla. So this is the second wall or layer of the flower. And since it is the outermost layer, this sepals, it is green in color also. It gives protection to the inner walls of the flower, and it also performs photosynthesis. The second one, that is petals, it is colorful, so it helps to attract insects for pollination. And the collective name of all the petals is corolla. Okay? So what is the function of petals or corolla? To attract insects for pollination. Then we have the main part of the flower which is called stamen. Stamen consists of bilobed anther and a long filament. So altogether it is called stamen. Here also I have drawn one stamen. This is the anther. Anther is the part of stamen that contains anther lobes in which the pollens or the male gametes are produced. And this one is known as filament. The stalk is called filament. anther and filament, together it is known as stamen, S-T-A-M-E-N. And all the stamen together, like many stamens can be there, together they are known as the male part or the androecium. Androecium means the male part of the flower. Then in the center we have the female part of the flower, which consists of a flat or broad stigma. So this is the stigma I am drawing. Then I am drawing a very long or tubular style, and finally we have the swollen ovary at the base. So this is the ovary. Inside the ovary we have the ovules. Okay. So what is this part called? It is known as stigma. What is the function? To receive the pollen grains. This one, the long stalk, is known as style. Okay. And this one, it is known as ovary. Stigma, style and ovary, all these three are the parts of pistil or carpel, C-A-R-P-E-L, also known as carpel, and collectively it is called as gynoecium. So here you can see inside the ovary we have the ovule that changes into seeds after fertilization. The ovary changes into fruit. This part of the flower changes into fruit, and this one, that is the ovule, changes into seeds. So these are the parts of the flower: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So you can outermost, this one, the stalk of the flower is called pedicel. The function is to attach the flower with the stem. Then the tip of the pedicel is somewhat broad, flat. It is swollen. It is known as thalamus or receptacle. What is the function? On this thalamus or receptacle, all the floral parts, that is this stigma, style, ovary, or the stamen or the corolla, all of them are burned on it only. Okay. Then the outermost wall of the flower, it is known as sepals. It is green in color. It provides protection to the inner layer of the flower, and collectively it is known as calyx. The second wall of the flower consists of colorful leaf-like structures known as petals. Together they are called corolla. The function is to attract the insects for pollination. Then the third wall of the flower is the male part, which is known as androecium, that consists of stamens, and each stamen consists of two parts: a bilobed anther and a long filament. That stalk is called filament. What is the function of androecium? To produce the male gamete, that is the male gamete of the plant, which helps in fertilization. Then we have in the center the female part of the flower, which is called gynoecium, which consists of pistil or carpel. And each pistil or carpel is made up of three parts: stigma, which is broad, flat to receive the pollen grains; a long stalk, which is known as style; and the swollen ovary that develops into fruit after fertilization. And inside the ovary we have the ovule, which changes into seeds. Okay. Now I'll explain some of the terms which is there in your syllabus. Like first one, complete flower. What is complete flower? This flower which I have drawn here, you can do it in your copy also as homework, to draw all the different parts of the flower. A flower which contains both, means all the four walls. What are they? Calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium, is called a complete flower. Example, China rose, pea, all are complete flower. The second one is incomplete flower. How to define it? A flower in which any one of the wall is missing or absent is called incomplete flower. Example, lofa. Lofa means in Hindi it is called that taroi, taroi flower. That is incomplete flower. Then we have the bisexual flower. A flower in which both the male and the female parts are present is called bisexual flower. Okay, like China rose is a bisexual flower. Then comes the other name of bisexual flower is hermaphrodite or perfect flowers. Like tomato also, mustard also, petunia also. All these are bisexual flowers or hermaphrodite flowers. Then comes unisexual flower. A flower in which either the male part, that is a stamen, or the female part is present is called unisexual flower. Like if a flower has only the male part, that is the stamen, such flowers are called staminate flower. Example is lafa, same that one which I said in Hindi name taroi flowers. Similarly, if the flower contains only the female part, that is the pistil, not male part, such flowers are called pistillate flower. So both staminate and pistillate are two types of unisexual flowers. and both examples we can give LUFFA, LUFFA. Now comes neuter flower, a flower in which both androecium and gynoecium, none of them is present. Neither the male part nor the female part is present. Both are absent. Such flowers are called neuter flowers. An example is the ray florets of sunflower. In sunflower, two types of flowers are there. The outermost flower is known as ray florets and the central one is known as disc floret. So ray florets are neuter in nature, means they are neither male nor female. Then comes monoecious plant and dioecious plant. What is the meaning of such definition? A plant in which both male and female flowers are present is called monoecious plant. Example of monoecious plant, which plants are they? Like pumpkin, castor and maize. Maize plant contains both the male and the female flowers present on the same plant. Then comes dioecious plant. Dioecious plant means a plant in which male flower is present on one plant and the female flower is present on another plant. Example, papaya, date palm, mulberry, betelino is commonly found here in Jaigaon also. That's Supari we say no Hindi. So betel tree is a type of dioecious plant, not monoecious. Okay. So next we have to study about the floral symmetry. What is the meaning of floral symmetry? You should understand. Symmetry means whether we can divide into two equal parts or not. So based on whether we can divide a flower into equal parts or not, there are three types of symmetry found in flowers. What are they? Number one is actinomorphic or regular flowers. A flower, when the flowers are radially symmetrical. The meaning of radially symmetrical is, suppose I am drawing a flower here like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I can cut this flower from any plane into two equal halves, from any plane, like if from here, from there, anywhere, if I can divide this flower into two equal halves by any plane, so it is divisible into two equal halves by a radial plane. They are called actinomorphic flowers. So such flowers which can be divided into two equal halves by any radial plane is called actinomorphic or regular flowers. Example, datura, China rose, you have seen already China rose, mustard, chili also. Then comes zygomorphic, the second one, zygomorphic or irregular flower. Such flowers that can be divided into two equal halves only by a vertical plane passing through the vertical means like this only you can divide into two equal halves. When flowers are bilaterally symmetrical, bi means two, means if both parts of the flower are equally, like this one, both sides equal, okay, symmetry. Bilaterally both the parts of the flower are equal. Such flowers are divisible into two equal halves by a single vertical plane. They are called zygomorphic flowers. Example, gulmohar, pea, beans. Then comes asymmetric flowers. Asymmetric means the flowers you cannot divide into two equal halves. By cutting through any plane, both the halves will never become equal. Such flowers are called asymmetrical flowers. Example, camel. Okay. So today up to here only. In the next class we can study some more parts and complete this chapter also. Okay. Like calyx we have to do, then bracts, corolla, calyx, androecium and gynoecium. Once again we will explain all the parts with the diagram and then this chapter will be over. But now for the time being you can concentrate on the preparation for your unit test which is from 20th of this month. Okay, thank you.